What's up, y'all? How y'all like my new look? I shaved off that thigh tickler, all that hair under the chin. I decided I would shave that off, man, and go with a new look. I may do something different later. But anyhow, this video here is about the time I got a chance to work with the late, great Robin Harris, who at the time, man, was the hottest and funniest comedian out there on the circuit. Man, it was a damn treat to be able to meet, hang out, and work with Robin Harris. This all took place up in Cleveland, Ohio. There was a ventriloquist from Cleveland named Kenny, and I can't remember Kenny's name. I even sent some messages around to some of the other comics to try to find out what Kenny's last name was because I wanted to use the brother's whole name, but I apologize. But it was a long time ago, sometime in the mid to late '80s when this all took place. So I can't remember Kenny's name, but I knew him from around, the area, different clubs and stuff. But anyhow, Kenny was not only a comedian and ventriloquist, but he was a promoter too. So he would bring different shows to the Cleveland area. On this particular day, he had brought in Robin Harris. And Robin Harris was fairly well known. He hadn't really blown all the way up yet. I mean, he had done some TV, and the Baby Kids thing was really hot and popular at the time. And like I said, once again, he was like one of the hottest comics out there, and his name was building, getting to be bigger and bigger over time. So Kenny called me and asked me if I would mind featuring for Robin Harris, and I told him, of course, man. That's one of the dudes that I idolize right now. So he set everything up, man, and I went up to Cleveland. This was at a black nightclub. I don't even remember the name of the club. I just remember that there were some other comics on the show. There was some guys that was just starting out, but I was there to be the middle act. So the guys that were on the show that went up first, the place was packed, by the way. So those guys went up, and most of them did a really good job. And then it was my time to come up. I was really nervous, to be honest with you. First of all, uh, the place was packed. It was all black people. Not that I'm nervous around black people, but just the fact that I was opening up for Robin Harris, man, it was a big deal to me. So I was a little apprehensive. I was a little nervous. So I go up and I'm doing my show. I'm doing my jokes. Everything's working out okay, man. I'm getting laughs. Nobody's heckling. The crowd was well behaved, and so I'm doing my thing, man. And I must have been up there, I don't know, 12, 15 minutes tops, maybe. And I never had any low spots or issues with the crowd, but I just never did get my nerves together, man. And I just felt like at any time I was gonna say something that they didn't think was funny, and it was gonna go the other way for me. But it turned out okay. But I ended up leaving the stage, and when I got off stage, Robin went up and he did his thing. Of course, Robin is a master, man, at doing rooms like that. He tore that room completely apart, and he got a thing where after he do his stand up, he goes through the crowd and just kind of uh, call out people in the crowd, but not in a vicious way. The thing about Robin was, man, he could talk about people in the audience, and they loved it. It was always funny. He never did anything that was personal or anything that tried to demean people. So he did his thing, man, and he went through the crowd and singled out different people, and some people was like running, man. If he would look their way, they would get up and run or hide, or because they didn't want Robin to, snap on them. We call it the dozens. Some people call it snapping, but it was a treat to watch him work his magic in that crowd, man. And the people loved him. It was a great show. After the show, I talked to him for a minute, and he said, "Man, he said you was doing well. Why'd you leave the stage early?" I said, "Robbie, man, I got a little nervous. I was afraid that uh, things could make a turn, make a turn for the worst, and it was, it wasn't gonna look so good for me. So I figured I better get out of there while the crowd was still on my side, and that's what I did. But he complimented me on the material that I did, and he wished me all the luck on my future endeavors as far as comedy go. Robin was a really nice dude, man, very humble dude, and it was a definitely one of the highlights of my comedy career to be able to meet and work with that guy, man. And it's sad that his career and his life got cut short because he was a promising superstar, man. And I would have liked to have loved to seen what would have happened if he would have continued in the comedy business. But I guess that's it, man, for that. Uh, for that, man, I don't know. I don't went blank all of a sudden here. But anyhow, I better cut it short. That's it. That's it for me, man. And please like, share, and thumbs up or whatever they call it. If you like this video. Real John King, take care.